Welcome to Middleway News. We provide the latest news highlights and summaries each day to give you a quick snapshot of what's happening today and why. Here is the latest news and breaking news for the US and the world today.
Stubborn inflation pressures persisted in March, derailing the case for the Fed to begin reducing interest rates in June and raising questions over whether it can deliver cuts this year without signs of an economic slowdown. The fresh inflation shock drove major U.S. stock indexes lower, depressing the S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ by 0.9%, 1.1%, and 0.8%, respectively. Macy's averted a fight for control of its board, but added new directors who will help the company decide whether to accept a takeover bid it had previously resisted. KPMG's Netherlands unit agreed to pay a $25 million fine over claims of training course examination, cheating, and misinforming investigators. 4 Paramount Global directors are expected to leave the board soon, as the Sherry Redstone-controlled entertainment company discusses a merger with Skydance Media. Philips said it reached a final agreement with the Justice Department and FDA on terms of a settlement related to its Respironics ventilators and backed its medium-term guidance. Fitch revised its outlook for China's A+ credit rating to negative from stable, a change it said reflected growing risks to Beijing's public finances. Land's End is on track to make an annual profit for the first time in 3 years, following a pandemic slump. The hidden costs of homeownership are skyrocketing. U.S. intelligence reports show that an attack on Israeli assets by Iran or its proxies could be imminent, U.S. officials said, as the top American military commander for the Middle East headed to Israel to coordinate a response. Israeli airstrikes killed 3 adult sons of the head of Hamas's political leadership on the first day of the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, an attack that could complicate a U.S.-led plan for a Gaza truce. House Speaker Johnson's tenuous grip on the gavel was dealt another blow after holdout Republicans egged on by Trump derailed passage of a critical but controversial national security spying law. Alan Weisselberg, the former finance chief of Trump's family business, was sentenced to 5 months in jail for lying during a civil fraud investigation into the former president.
Most small drones made by U.S. startups have failed to perform in combat in Ukraine, diminishing the Pentagon's sources of reliable supplies of unmanned aircraft. South Korean President Yoon's ruling conservatives stumbled badly in legislative elections, an outcome that raises new foreign policy questions for allies and foes. O.J. Simpson, whose murder trial spurred debate over race and criminal justice, dies at 76. The podcast host, who also manages a $1.6 trillion investment fund. Fed rate cuts are now a matter of if, not just when. Should you buy a hybrid car? Here's what you need to know. Have you ever test drove a Tesla? Those who do become converted very quickly, even their greatest skeptics.
Thank you for watching the Middleway News Daily Update.
Thank you for experiencing today's Middleway News Daily Update. We hope you enjoyed today's top news highlights and summaries. Be sure to check out our other Middleway News services, products, summaries, updates, videos, podcasts, and more.